In the early months of 2025, I made a decision most people would call a mistake. I bought a once abandoned aluminum boat and decided to rebuild it myself. And for the last 9 months, I've been living the gritty, grinding reality of trying to save a 1959 Marinette from the scrap heap. A 28-foot, all-aluminum boat, ready to be brought back to life after sitting neglected for a very, very long time. This wasn't just a cleanup project. This was an abandoned aluminum boat that had been dragged out of the woods. I bought a boat that needed a total restoration. The inside was rotten to the core and it had to be gutted. And although I missed doing that part myself, I still had more than enough work waiting for me. When I stripped this thing studs out, the truth finally showed itself. I found multiple through holes that needed to be updated or completely plugged, and since the boat was originally an inboard with a prop shaft exiting through the bottom, which had already been cut out before I bought it, that hole had to be sealed by welding in an aluminum plate. And on top of that, I had to close off the water pickup, the steering rudder shaft, and the transom exhaust port, and others. Every place water could possibly get in had to be addressed. And for weeks, my life was just aluminum dust and grinders. But the hole was only half the battle. The original power plant was a heavy, dead inboard that took up way too much space. So I made the decision to convert this classic from an inboard to an outboard power. That meant rebuilding the transom and hanging a 150 horsepower Evinrude off the back. It was a massive engineering risk for me. I had never built an outboard bracket before. I didn't have a welder. I didn't have any spare aluminum, but I had built plenty of boat parts out of wood. But I still needed an engine, so I turned back to Facebook Marketplace. And after a few weeks of searching, I found it. A tired, old 18-foot Tidecraft fishing boat with a trashed transom and an epic 1992 two-stroke 150 horsepower Evinrude intruder with perfect compression. But that's kind of where I live most days, doing things that most people won't. And once the motor was off the boat and mounted to the new one, I turned the key. That two-stroke fired up. She had a heartbeat, and I knew this was the right thing for me. Using what little remained of the original floor, I templated and cut 1-inch PVC floor to match the hole. Then came the moment of truth. After months of sweating in the sun, I took her to the water. No leaks, no sinking. She was floating on her lines, and she ran. And for a lot of people, that would be the finish line. But for me, this was just the end of phase 1. Because right now, what I have is a floating metal tent. It's loud, it's empty, and it's nowhere near a finished cruiser. So now the real build begins. This shell has to become a home. The old windows are coming out and the new ones are going in. The interior walls are being built from scratch using PVC panels. There's zero electrical right now, so every single wire gets run by hand. And this time, it's not just talk. I already have everything here. All the parts are ready to be installed. I've got a brand new P-hole for the outboard because the current one is dry rotten and ready to fail. I've got a new fuel filter to protect that two-stroke engine. I've got navigation lights so I'm legal and visible on the water. A 12-volt marine grade wire, already sized and ready to run. 12-volt switch station with a master battery cutoff so everything can be shut down safely. We're going to install 3-inch 12-volt ceiling can lights with a dimmer so the cabin can actually feel like a space and not a cave. We're going to be putting in bilge pumps with float switches because staying dry is non-negotiable and we do not want this vessel going down. We're going to install 2 100 amp hour lithium ion batteries to power a 1000 watt inverter, giving this boat real usable power. Waterproof connectors, heat shrink, and a heat gun because shortcuts don't belong on a boat. And for navigation and depth, I've got options. I've got an original depth sounder that belongs on a classic like this, and a modern fish finder with GPS and side scan. I just still have to decide which one earns the helm. Either way, everything is here. No waiting on parts, no excuses. Now it's just time to install. One system at a time. And I'm upgrading the structure too. A brand new helm station. A heavy-duty bracket built with Cusa board and fiberglass to keep that outboard exactly where it belongs. Oh yeah, that's right. We're going to replace the one that was already built. Oh, and the trailer? That's going to be getting a full scuff and paint job too. I prove she can float. Now I'm going to prove that she can shine. So if you want to see how this hollow metal shell turns into a dream cruiser, hit subscribe. Buckle up. Now let's get to work.